I'm here with Paul Wagner, who is our resident print and cut HP Latex expert, and I have some questions for you, Paul.
Perfect. Fire away.
Okay. First is this cutting strip. It sits right along here. It has sort of a fabric feel to it. What's it for? What does it do?
Okay. Well, this is referred to as a cutter protection strip, and its
Okay.
job is to protect the knife blade from encountering something which is going to damage it, right?
All right.
Now, normally under a lot of processes, this never actually comes in contact with anything, but when you are doing perf cuts, where the knife is actually going all the way through the substrate,
Sure.
this is the next thing that will be encountered. So the trick is to make sure that you don't have excessive knife blade, which is going to excessively be cutting into this strip, which will
Okay.
limit its lifespan and longevity.
All right, so what you're telling me is it's very important to make sure your knife blade only goes in. This is used for perf cuts primarily, and to cut, all the way through so you can punch it out, and not to have your knife blade too deep so that it doesn't cut into this any more than it needs to. You want it just to cut through and nothing more.
That's correct.
So I'm assuming if you have your knife too deep, it would affect the life of the knife as well as the life of the cut strip.
Also correct, yes.
Okay, and the cut strip is a consumable, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, so when it wears out, you replace it with another cut strip.
Yes.
How can you tell when it's worn out? Are there clear indications?
Generally there are. So what you would do is you would do kind of a visual or a tactile inspection of the strip.
Okay.
So run your finger over it. If you see indentations or irregularities in that surface, particularly down the middle of it, which is where the knife is normally traveling,
Right.
that might be an indication it's time to replace that strip.
Okay. I'm assuming that, somebody told me that if your cut strip is damaged or old, it can affect the accuracy of the print and also could allow for the blade to kind of scratch into the platen. Is that the case?
Yes, I would say both of those are potentially the case.
Okay.
So it could affect the integrity of the cut, or the accuracy of the cut, or the consistency of the cut across the overall width of the machine. So all those
right.
things are possible with a damaged cutter strip.
All right. So it's important to keep a good new cutter strip or a cutter strip in good condition on the the cutter at all times.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
What I would say is if you're doing frequent perf cutting and your knife is dialed in where it's just sort of barely touching the strip,
Okay.
you can get upwards of a year of life out of,
Really?
of the strip itself.
So if you modulate your blade depth right and you take the time to do that, you can extend the life of your cutting strip and I assume also the blade significantly.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you very much for explaining that to me. I wanted to know how that works. I think I understand it a lot better now.
Very good.